want to talk a little bit about the scripture passage. One of the things that really strikes me about that passage is that Jesus is not desperate. Throughout that passage, what we see is that we've got folks who really want to know some stuff, and Jesus doesn't give them answers. He gives them invitation, oftentimes. Come and see. Come and see. Come and see. It happens through that passage multiple different times. And I think there's something really important about that invitation, because what we see in that passage of scripture is that we have disciples who are recruiting other disciples, who are inviting them in and bringing them in to meet Jesus, to see where he is and what he's saying, and really kind of developing this sense of community that is coming together in this. And it's really kind of a contrast with what we encounter so much in society, where a lot of, frankly, Christianity, in certain parts of Christianity, want certainty. And I always remember there's a theologian, Peter Enns, who said that, who described certainty is the antithesis of faith, because you don't need God if you're certain. But boy, do we need God as we go through and do the things that we're called to. One of the things that I'm engaged in, if you want to call it that, is the Memorial Blanket Project. And the Memorial Blanket Project it was originally just supposed to be a one-time event, and we've been doing it for 5 years now. And what's so very unique about it is that essentially it's something that highlights the issue of homelessness. People make blankets and quilts, all handmade, and they send them to us, and we create an art display with the blankets that we have received. We've gotten blankets from 42 states and from actually a couple of international blankets. This past year, we had to deal with the tariff for people sending blankets that they made in other countries, and we had to deal with the tariff to get those blankets here. Even a free gift ends up being taxed, which is kind of ironic. The blankets are made from people that oftentimes we don't even know who they are, where they're coming from. We don't know how they hear about the blankets. In that sense, it's very viral, and people are really kind of responding to that come and see. They're hearing about this project, and they're making a blanket. They're doing something that they can, and they're recruiting other people. Over the course of these 5 years, we've had almost the first year was the smallest. We had like 220 blankets, but each year after that, we've had about 1,000 blankets. And at the end of the night, all of those blankets are given away. And again, it's really this distribution that goes on and it goes out, and people hear about it. One of the beautiful things is when people are in need and they hear about the blanket project, they come and we are able to give them a blanket right then and there. I remember one when it was at the Capitol steps in Harrisburg. There was a woman who came by who had been just released from the hospital. And this is December 21st, so it's Homeless Remembrance Night. It's also pretty cold, at least in Pennsylvania. She had been released from the hospital, and she had a T-shirt and some pants, and she was walking in the cold, and she happened to come by the Capitol, and there, thankfully, the blankets are laid out, and people saw that she was there and did not have a coat on when she certainly should have had a coat, and brought her over. And we were able to immediately wrap her in several blankets and then connect her with some folks who could help her longer term, especially with some shelter. Thankfully, the emergency shelter was across the street for later that evening, at least to get her to some safety with that. This is all a project that reminds me of this scripture passage, in the sense that it's very invitational. Come and see the blankets, come and see what people have made, come and see how God is at work, come and see what 1,000 people, if they were homeless and laying on the ground here, what that would look like. Come and see what people are doing to actually try and help people. Come and see what love looks like. Come and see what bringing together a whole lot of folks together for a common cause looks like. Come and see. That's often what this is reminding me of. One of the other things that Adam had asked me to also reflect on was where I see the beloved community in my context. Christ Lutheran Church is a unique church in a sense that it's an urban church. It's in one of the most economically challenged sections of Harrisburg. It's very much made up of folks who are poor, and we host 3 free health clinics out of the church that help people in the community and in the region. This past year, there were over 10,000 visits to the various clinics. And again, so much of what happens comes by invitation of come and see. People need a variety of different, they have a variety of different health needs, and they're welcome to come. They're welcome to see. And throughout that, people are identified of who can speak up, of who can help other people. It's very much this beloved community. And that also then comes into the congregation, which is a very diverse congregation in every way that we can imagine, that comes together to worship God, to be together. And oftentimes I think about Christ Lutheran Church like a wheel, and the center axle is healing, which is so much of our focus. And that happens in a variety of ways, whether that's the clinics, and so physical healing, a little bit of mental healing as well, whether that's some of the organizations that we work with that work on social justice healing, especially in the community, doing voter registration drives, or doing deep canvassing, or even handing out light bulbs for people for their front porches, connecting with people, or whether that's worship, and that being spiritual healing in that sense of people coming that need to hear good news. And so, again, it's so much of what we experience as a beloved community is people being together, showing up as they are, being welcome for who they are. And there's a desire to hear good news. And I think that's really a key. And that extends from the pastor all the way to everyone else, that we're all there because we're all in need of healing in some way, shape, or form. And we come and we get to see what that is. So I want to thank you again for inviting me to be here and share a little bit of a reflection.